All right. Hello, hello, world. Welcome to Danny White. Hi, Danny.
Hi, everyone.
How is it going?
It's going good. Everything is going good. Just having a beautiful stroll, just sitting, getting some fresh air, you know, enjoying the weather. How's
Yeah,
everything with you?
I love fresh air. I'm inside right now, but it has been a very busy day. So I am super excited for this opportunity where we can both sit down and chat and have you as the featured business entrepreneur for the Black Business Connector NYC. So yes, if you're all right with that, I'd like to introduce you to everyone, and then we'll just get right into the good stuff on tips for entrepreneurs.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
All right. So Danny White is the owner and CEO of FitBodyNation, which is located on the Upper West Side of New York City. And FitBodyNation is a sanctuary for those seeking to have both transformation and renewal. And a little bit more about Danny is that he is a fitness trainer who offers personalized fitness for every body. And that includes everyone from seniors to young athletes, and of course, anyone in between. And we'll get into the conversation, but your story is a little bit not on the traditional track to entrepreneurship. And so
Yes.
it's really important for him uh, that everyone understands that second chances are really important in business and in life. And so yeah, let's get right into it. If you want to add a little bit more, tell the world a little more about who you are and your training facility.
Hi, world. So my name is Danny White. We have our first facility, which is the first one of many to come soon. It's on 97th and Amsterdam on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And we offer unique services. One of our main ones being individualized group fitness.
Mm.
Individualized group fitness is where you can actually pay a fraction of the price of having a one-on-one personal training and having someone talking you down for an hour. And you can just have share the attention with, multiple people and pay a fraction of the price. And the amazing thing about this is, most group classes you might go to, everything is, you come in at the same time as everyone. And if you come in late, you're like behind. But here, your programs are catered to your individual goals. So, you can have a 80-year-old woman, a 75-year-old man, a 30-year-old guy, another 15-year-old child, teenager, working out at the same time, all doing different things according to their own goals at the same time, which is effective and efficient for not only me, but for the clients.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, well, I think a couple of things. From a business perspective, it's a brilliant way to scale because you're able to. I was also an educator in one of my past careers, differentiate pretty much the fitness, the instruction, right?
Yes,
But I remember also at one point I had a gym membership, and if it was a group class, it was everyone was doing the same thing.
yes.
And that can be
And
really boring.
well, that's well, not just boring. That can be very dangerous to me. If there's
Mhm.
enough instructors, then it makes sense. But a lot of these, another service that I provide is facilitated stretching, which has really been a healing a lot of people in the neighborhood, of my gym. And it's like, stretching from head to toe, like complete, a lot of places you can't stretch on your own in certain directions, especially people with injuries or like uh women, dealing with pregnancy. So a lot of people have came from these group classes, and because they didn't have someone watching their form, I see a lot of imbalances in their body. So there's nothing against other personal group fitness classes, but this is why the individualized group method works and is more sustainable over a course of a period of time, especially if you're a busy person.
Yeah. And how long is this? Is this for 1 hour that they get your
It's so
attention?
it's 55 minutes.
Okay.
So it's 10 minutes of dynamic stretching, 30 minutes of strength training, and 10 minutes of static stretching, along with mobility and flexibility involved in every session. So you have a little bit of cardio in a full body workout. And most people do a minimum of 3 sessions per week. So there's like no room for effort. And the reason I've been able to sustain a lot of my clients from getting injuries is because I believe in a consistent, sustainable, moderate pace. So I don't believe in doing high intensity exercises for the average person. I don't think it's sustainable, especially where I'm located right now in New York. Everyone's in a rush in the New York Minute. No one really has time to stretch, so just prioritizing certain things consistently is sustainable over a period of time versus like jumping in and out at a high intensity and stopping and starting and getting injuries and things of that nature.
Yes. Yes, I agree. Because as entrepreneurs and in New York City, we're always rushing around and we don't take the time to stretch. And that is so important. So I love what you're doing, but I'd like to go a little bit more into why you're doing it. So, what inspired you to even begin this business? Like, why a fitness business? And how did this all come about?
So I've always been interested in fitness. As a child, I played sports, worked out. I always wish I had a train at a young age. I would take myself to the gym and do a lot of trial and everything and hurt myself and figure it out later. So that's how I really got into fitness. But then, I went to college for fitness also. I wanted to become a physical therapist and I wanted to get into sports medicine. But then my life took a turn. I was making some bad decisions and I found myself doing some extensive time. And when I did some extensive time there is where I discovered my passion for fitness was in solitary confinement. I was basically uh, awakened to the passion in solitary confinement because when I got out, I started training 3 times a day. I started training other people in group sessions. So I gathered everyone that was married, getting controversial visits, and this is how I built my clientele inside prison. And I started group classes in there, and if I knew if I can make money in there doing that, I can definitely do it out here, especially from a group perspective because I like one-on-one training, but I like to help multiple people at one time. It's just very exciting helping 10 or more people. I train like 10 or more people at one time and I love it because it's just never a dull moment.
Yeah, there's definitely never a dull moment. So, okay, so in listening to your story, I feel like there's a couple things that I'm curious about. So, for solitary confinement, right? Obviously, you're
Yes.
by yourself, right? Um,
Yes.
and so I have read that in terms of creativity, one of the best ways to become more creative isn't by doing a whole lot of things. It's by actually doing nothing and being bored. I imagine I've never been in solitary confinement. I imagine there's probably a lot of fear and anger and a whole lot of other emotions that are in solitary confinement, but um I f-
Yes.
I find it really amazing as an entrepreneur that out of something that was not that great, you have built something absolutely amazing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, because that's the perfect opportunity to be creative. It's in a lonely space. And this is why when I need to think now, I don't go around people. I just get a nice secluded place or I go for a walk, and I indulge in my thoughts. And this is how I operate best because that's what I was used to at that for an extensive period of time.
Yeah. I've even talked to people who have told me that, like on their birthday, they like to go away and just be isolated and do nothing as like a way to recharge and like get the vision for the next year of their life, what they want to accomplish personally, business wise. So, um, but then you didn't wait until like some unknown date. It sounds like you started your business right away. Like you were training people in prison.
Yes, FitBodyNation started in prison. I was running around saying FitBodyNation in prison. I have people that I can call right now that are in there now, and they're in disbelief that because they've never came home. They've been in there since I was in there, and they used to hear me, saying those weights, I used to have certain setups for training people, and just, they're amazed to see that it actually, came into fruition,
Yeah.
now. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I think what you're proof of, your story, your business is proof that it doesn't have to be the right moment. Like people, a lot of times
yeah.
people will give the excuse of, oh, I'm not ready yet, or things aren't lined up yet. You didn't wait for things to get lined up. You just did it.
Yeah, because before that, I had to, because I got in trouble while being in trouble. And that's where, I had a, so it was just, I was at a point where we all come to these points in our life, and it's like, hey, when you get in trouble while being in trouble,
Yeah.
it'll make you sit down and think like, hey, maybe I need to reevaluate everything, and, and I think that's the time. So most people, when you fall on your back, because I could have just laid in the bed and, moped all day, slept all day. But, I worked out and I exercised my mind, I didn't, some days I didn't have pen and paper. So I just, I had to use my mind to be very creative and use it as a television, whatever I can do. So, of that nature. So, yeah. And it's always possible. It's always possible. There's no right time.
Yes. I think it's like it's so important as business owners, but also just people in general in just our personal lives, right? The stories we tell ourselves are so important. And so there's so many ways you could have gone and told yourself a totally different story that would have not resulted in Fit Body Nation. So um
Yeah.
I think this is super inspiring for people. Well, so I have a couple more questions, of course, for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm
And
here.
yes, so in your experience, right, you've had several major life shifts because even like coming back, right, into New York City and transitioning back into life here in New York, right, that's a shift as well. What do you feel are two very key things to stay courageous and to stay innovative when it comes to business?
For me, when it comes to business, it's definitely fortitude. Number one, fortitude and courageousness and creativity. You just need to be fortitude, because you have fortitude, because of that, you just need to sustain. You got to be able to withstand a lot of, ups and downs, because with business, 3 days you're happy, 3 days you're angry, and you still have to be happy, So, and you still have to put a smile on and come into work, whether things are going good, whether things are going bad. So fortitude is definitely, and another thing I would say is solitude.
Mm,
So fortitude and solitude. I would say solitude is good to isolate yourself. You know, turn. One thing I do, I turn off all my lights. I sit in the dark, and I sit in the dark so I can hear my thoughts.
mm,
And this is, I turn my phone off. I turn everything off, the TV. I listen to my thoughts. Sometimes when you have so many distractions, there's so many emails coming through, there's so many everything. You just need to be in solitude and cut the world off, because that's
yeah,
where I was able to thrive.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I feel like so I grew up, I'm an only child. So I grew up with myself and me and I. And
yes,
there was like a lot of boredom and solitude with my journal. And I feel like even now as an adult, when I think back, that's where I got a lot of the ideas or my vision even for my life was in that
yep,
time when I was growing up alone. Um,
yep.
yeah, it is really important. Especially like you said, we get these notifications all the time, right? And that can like
Oh,
sway your thought and they're like, well, maybe what I'm supposed to do is supposed to be over here and we can get confused.
I was used to not having any devices. Now I have like 5 devices on me at any given time: an iPad and a watch, AirPods, 2 phones. So there's the TV. There's so many distractions, and you just got to zero all of that out, because if not, you're never really gonna have time to really be present,
Yeah.
and like really, really present.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
Yeah, when I decided I wanted to really take myself seriously as a businesswoman, I got rid of my TV.
Oh yeah, I don't watch. Yeah,
Yeah, I got rid of it.
oh, yeah, yeah. I think it's my opinion only. I just have a hard time watching TV. I think everyone that's on TV already, like, has made their goals. And don't get me wrong, some things I watch that are very important, but I have to, just like I can't watch a whole football game or basketball game like I used to before, because I'm like, hey, those guys already made it. I need to I
Mhm.
need to create my legacy. I need to create my wealth. I need to create what's going on over here for my children and my grandchildren, and those are to come after. Uh, as a business owner, to each his own, because some people have time. I can't watch sitcoms. I
Yeah.
just can't sit there and watch it. So yeah, I'm like always learning. I'm on YouTube University when I'm not doing anything else. So I'm always like learning and looking for ways to grow and capitalize on opportunity.
Yes. Can we go back to fortitude for a second? So
Yes.
I agree, fortitude, but I am curious, what are some of your tools that you use? Because you were talking about, you have an angry day or a sad day or whatever. Like, how do you use fortitude? Like, what does that look like for you? How do you push through that? What do you actually do?
So fortitude is like your purpose, your deeper purpose of doing something, and why you stay strong for it.
Yeah.
It's like you ever, went on a journey, and it's like you were doing something, and you had other people holding you accountable that you wanted to do it for. So it's a little different. It's not just about you. So this is not, the fortitude comes from me. How I keep going. I know it's not just for me. I'm doing this for my kids that are not here. I don't have any children, but one day I would like to have children, and I'm doing it for their children. I want them to have a better upbringing and more opportunity than I was ever presented.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fortitude is very important. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. And when we met at oh my gosh, now I'm blinking on it. It was the youth. Oh my gosh, I can't not remember it.
Yeah.
It was
Youth of the future.
Youth of the future. Thank you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you
Youth of the
talked about
future.
fortitude there when you spoke. And I was like, yes, I mean, I think it's something that people don't think about a lot. It's kind of
Yeah.
like
You have to stay the course. You have to stay the course. You have to be consistent and stay with things for the long haul. You know, yeah, you have to.
So, what is it? And maybe we've already touched on it a little bit, but what is it that you feel many entrepreneurs miss? Like that secret sauce that many entrepreneurs miss that keep them from experiencing the successes that they are thinking they want.
I can only speak for early entrepreneurs. I
Okay.
can't speak for I can't speak for others, that some people are doing business just because it's very lucrative and they have the options to do things and just,
Hmm.
make. But me, my secret sauce is I love helping people, and I've done so many negative things in my past that I'm just like driven to do positive things and create a positive atmosphere and give back to people. So it's not really about finances or anything for me. That's just like the side effect. It's like the side effect. And so yeah, I'm just pushing. My secret sauce is actually helping others. So as long as I help, I know as long as I help people, that not only some of the negativity I put out into the universe will be hopefully solidified. Everything will be all right. So I'm just being positive and pushing forward, and that's my secret sauce. Because actually I have a love for what I do and helping people. So I helped a woman take a flight of steps for the first time in 17 years. That was very exciting for me. That helped me get up in the morning. It was very motivating for me. She hadn't took the flight of steps in 17 years, and I helped her enroll back into college. She's 84. So so things like that is like why I keep pushing, and
Yeah.
that's my motivation. I want to be able to help others. So that's my secret sauce. It's just doing it from your heart and not from anywhere else.
Yeah. You
Because
know,
we create. you create great relationships that way.
Yeah. Well, what you just said, I've heard billionaires say. Like you do it for service. You do it to from your heart. You're not just doing it for money. Like I've heard billionaires say this, like literally what you just said. So
Wow.
I think it is a pretty important secret sauce because sometimes people think entrepreneurship is like instant money. People have like really weird ideas. People who've really walked it know it's, not the
Oh,
reality.
you just gave me the chills. Just got the chills. No one knows about the it's like some things you might have to go through as an entrepreneur. To, that's no one would ever know.
No,
You know,
no.
yeah, no
And
one.
yeah.
So
And each person's entrepreneurial journey is unique, which is why we all need to talk so that we can, you know,
yeah, yeah, because
get new
yeah,
ideas.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
But
And we
and
can help others.
yeah, I had a coach tell me one time, and he made me write down 100 reasons for why I wanted to do what I want to do.
I love that.
And so that kind of goes back to like you, which is like purpose or your reason why, like really having a deep reason for what it is that you want to do. Um it kind of goes back to purpose, like what's the reason why. Yeah. And now when I work with people and coach them, I don't really ask people to do 100, but I should start asking them to do 100. But I'll have them like
Yeah.
list a whole bunch of reasons why
Yes.
why
Mhm.
why bother today.
Yes. Wow. Yep. All right.
Yeah. And
That's
then
interesting.
you have it like on that day when you're not feeling so wild about getting up in the morning or doing whatever it is that needs to be done, like you literally have a list you can go back and remind yourself of.
100 things. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a nice list. To got
And
to
then
keep the fortitude.
yeah, for the fortitude. And then I had to write 100 things of what would happen if I didn't do it. And that one was actually easier because then I could just like look at my first list and kind of write the opposite. So the 100 reasons of like what would happen if I didn't do it was kind of like a cakewalk, but yeah. Yeah.
That's good
So
to see.
yeah, it was really interesting. What does the next level of success look like for you, Danny?
So the next level of success right now, FitBodyNation, we launched an app 3 months ago.
Oh, cool.
So we launched an app. So during with this app, we're gonna eventually right now it's just a booking platform for my clients, for organization and things of that nature. But in the coming months, we're gonna start phase 2 and phase 3, which is online sessions. We're gonna be doing online sessions, and we're gonna be doing wait, excuse me, this. Yeah, we're gonna be doing online sessions, pre-recorded videos. We're gonna be doing meal plans, things of that nature, and then that's just one thing, and triple to that, we're gonna also be starting Fit Body Cares, which is gonna be geared towards helping other brothers who are in situations like myself, other brothers and sisters. So for women also that were in my situation that wanted to come home and become personal trainers and work on the Fit Body Nation or other boutique gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited. Wait, so let's talk about this app because people might want to get it. Where do is it Fit Body Nation? Is that the title of the app?
Yes, Fit Body Nation, all one word, no spaces in between. You can get it in Google Play on the Apple Store. You just register, sign up with an email. You can see a lot of the services we offer, and you can book an online class in person. I have clients in Singapore, Bali, Australia. So, I've been with them for a while, but I'm right now we're trying to expand that. That's why it's called Fit Body Nation. My goal is to train people from all over the nations, from all different walks of life. So, yeah, me and along with my trainers.
So, okay. So let's talk about this for entrepreneurs who are wanting to go global, but not quite sure how to get clients in, say, Singapore. How did you get clients in Singapore?
Well, honestly, it's just the heart of New York. Like I came home from prison with a hungry attitude. I was attacking people all over the city for training. and I've met all walks of life. And it happens. One person was a hairdresser in New York. They moved back home to Singapore. She introduced me to her sister. Her sister had a husband that worked over here. And most people, New York is like a international hub. So you meet a lot of people that actually go back and forth. So most of my clients, they're New Yorkers also. So they're just a way back home. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think actually it's more than that, because you said your one client who's a hairdresser, she went back home and then she told other people. So really,
Yes,
word of mouth.
that's how it's that's how it really branched out. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
she told her sister was in California, and that led to me training her friend. So one thing leads to another with this, and the best kind of recommendation is word of mouth from someone you trust with online. But with the app, you want to magnify that.
Yeah. Cool. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get it. I'm going to
Yes, yes, yes,
download it.
yes. Please download and please leave a review about what you think about the services and looks of it and the aesthetics.
Oh, okay, sure. Why not?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That
yes.
would be really great. So, yes, when you're watching this video on the replay, make sure you get the app, FitBodyNation, Google Play, or Apple Store, and then also leave them a review, please. Yes.
Yes, you can check out our website also, FitBodyNationNYC.com. And you can check out some of our, if you want to know about our services and what people have to say about what we're doing, you can also check out our reviews. We have some great reviews. They really like interpersonal reviews. So that
Cool.
would be nice. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited. This just like led into, which was the next question I wanted to ask you, was how can people connect with you? So Fit Body Nation app, all one word. They can go to
Yes.
your website, Fit Body Nation NYC.
.com. Yep.
.com. And then also your IG page is Fit Body Nation.
Yep. FitBody Nation. Yep. NYC.
Oh, yes, NYC. Sorry, Fit Body Nation
Yeah, Nation.
NYC.
Let's see. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
The reason why we have the NYC, we plan on, going across the states and eventually, you know, opening up some CrossFit gyms and different styles of gyms. Yeah.
I can't wait to see. We'll have to
Yes.
do like another interview.
Oh
Um,
yeah, this is
yeah,
manifestation.
yeah,
King manifest. Yeah, King manifesto.
the manifesto. I love it.
Manifesto. Yes.
So before we wrap up, I would like to ask you though, is there any last words or tips or thoughts that you would like to share with your fellow entrepreneurs?
I would say the tip fortitude. Keep going. Especially if you're in the beginning. The beginning, if you're in like the first 2 years, 3 years of your business, even before I even opened the business, that's something I understood from, my studies, that in order to have a successful business or, enterprise, it takes over 5 years. So
Yeah.
fortitude is needed. So, to have anything that's going to stick and give back to you, it's over 5 years. Right now, Fit Body Nation, we're like 4 years in. And
Oh,
2 of those years, 2 of those years is in prison. So, so yeah, I just got off parole a couple days ago, and I'm like, a citizen again. And
congratulations.
so entrepreneurship is it's a great title.
Yes.
It's
It is.
a
It is
great
a
title.
great title.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Which
so
is, yeah, I mean, our identity is super important. And so we get to, I feel like we all go through different transitions and different things, and we all get to choose our name. Like other people might call us a name or try to take away our name, but like in our minds, we can still give ourselves a name, right? So someone may have a failed business and be thinking that they're a failure. And so their identity, or they may be calling themselves a failure, right? But that's not it. Like that failed, yes, sure. But then there's like something else that could come. So like
yes,
your name might be new beginnings, right? Like
yes,
that's
yep.
the name yourself.
And the lessons. There's never losses. There's all lessons.
Yes.
Everything that I've learned on this journey, it's amazing. If I was to drop everything today and they replace me somewhere else strategically, everything that I've learned, it may not help me in detail, but those just to have those skills to be able to be creative and be aggressive and assertive and doing certain things it's forever installed in you.
Yeah. The skill set is
Yes.
important. I love
Yes.
it. Thank you so much for your time. This was, oh my gosh, this was so much fun
Thank you. Thank
chatting
you.
this with you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. This is fun. This is fun. Anytime you guys feel like to talk, this is always welcome. I appreciate it.
Yes, we have a business brunch coming up in September 21st. I'll keep you posted. There'll be like
Keep me posted.
announcements coming soon. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Have
Thank
a
you.
good night. Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Bye bye.